Hello, everybody. A very special, important interview we got for you today. I'm talking with Janie. She is the spokesperson and is also part of tour management for Ovo with Cirque du Soleil. They've been traveling around for the last little while. They're performing in 40 countries, delighting audiences in the Middle East, Egypt, and Europe in recent years. So they're bringing the insect colony back. That's right, the Ovo insect colony at the Cirque du Soleil headquarters in Montreal, and that means they're coming to this area. That's right, the WFCU Center from February 27th to March 2nd of this year. Janie, thank you so much for joining us here on the Berg. How you doing today?
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. Doing great. We're actually in the moment in the Chicago area. It's a bit cold with snow, but our show is inspired by Brazil, so we're bringing the warmth to the arenas around.
Oh yes, the warmth and the beaches of Brazil, right?
Exactly.
You know what? I'll open up with this question because you're traveling all over. You've been to Windsor over the years quite a few times. What's it mean to come back to Windsor, the WFCU Center?
Exactly. Well, with Cirque du Soleil, we've been around for now 40 years. That's quite the milestone that we're very proud to celebrate with people around the world that have been to our shows. And to have a repeat market, to go back year after year to Windsor, Ontario, it just means that there is a connection there, and that we're welcomed. We're well welcomed, and we love sharing these productions with the people in the area and in Ontario. I myself am Canadian, so it's really quite special to come back to Canada with this production, with this beautiful show that we've been touring around the world. And it's also extra exciting because we just went through a restaging process. So you just mentioned that we were at the headquarters of Cirque du Soleil in Canada recently, actually the past 3 months. We were in Montreal, Canada until mid-January, and we just went through this 3 months of restaging, changing the entire stage itself, the physical stage, and adding set design, set pieces, new video projections, a whole new sound system, new lights. And we took that opportunity to add 3 new acts. And that also means new music, new bugs, new costumes. So not only are we coming back to Windsor, but we're coming back with something that's really fresh and exciting for all of us, and we can't wait to share it with you guys.
It sounds like it's very exciting times. No, it does. It sounds great because you have a dedicated following, so something new and fresh, as you put it, is sure to delight the audience, which is great. And speaking of the audience, what do you think they're going to expect? Are their minds going to be blowing at all this new production set?
Well, we certainly hope so. Yes, I think if you know a little bit about Cirque du Soleil, you can definitely expect the high-level acrobatics. And when I say high, I mean we do have an Olympian on the show. We've got World Cup champions and national team members from around the world. So they're really high-level athletes that are working with us day after day and just continuously improving on their skills and the show. So expect the high-level acrobatics, but also a live music. So we've got a 7-piece band that will play that, Brazilian-inspired original music of Cirque du Soleil. We've got the large, massive set with all the props, the beautiful, vibrant, and colorful costumes. I really love our costumes on Ovo because they're all bugs. They're all insects. So the costumes really play a big part in it. And, just choreographies, dances, passage, surprises, the 3 clowns that also weave the story. So I think we can expect a little bit of everything. There's something for everybody in this show, and that's what I think maybe contributes to our success around the world for the last 15 years. So we travel, just to give you an idea of like how big of a production it is. We travel with 20 semi-trucks around the world. When we cross the ocean, it's 3 cargo planes, and we travel with 100 people, actually over 100 people of 25 different nationalities. So there's definitely, a large-scale production here. You'll see 53 artists on the stage, but it also means that there's the equivalent of people backstage or even underneath the stage, working in the dark, making the magic happen. There's technicians. We have a catering team that caters to all of us. it's like catering to a small wedding 2 or 3 times a day. We've got washing machines with us. We've got a full-size gym. We've got dressing rooms, offices. We're constantly full-time on the road. So in short, it's almost like it's a small village that we bring up and we travel around the world, and that we're going to set up at the WFCU Center in Windsor in just a couple of weeks.
Yes, it's, huge challenge every single day. It sounds like a huge production, right? Like you said, catering to a small wedding 2-3 times a day. A lot of people involved, which is great. That's why Cirque du Soleil is so special and so world-renowned. These cultural differences and language barriers, given the international, nature of the cast and crew, how do you handle that, the cultural differences?
I think, if you ask me personally, I think that's one of the things I really, really love and enjoy. I think that, working with so many different people from around the world, it brings so much. Like, there's a richness to that. So we've got talents that come, from a Mongolian contortionist, and we've got a team of Cradle, which is basically almost like human trapeze, but they're literally from around the world. There's 13 of them, 13 scarabs. And there's, I think, 8 nationalities on that team. And working together, I think it's also a part of the essence of the show, the message of our show. Just to recap the story, we follow a blue fly in Ovo by Cirque du Soleil, who's coming into a new colony of insects. And he's coming in with an egg on his back, and there's all kinds of reactions. Some are curious, some are a bit scared or skeptical. There's a whole love story, but all in all, it's about coming together. And that's what we do backstage as well. I love going backstage and hearing, Italian, and you hear Spanish here, and you hear some French there, and you realize that there's a common language that's actually not really a language. There's a common universal thing that you can communicate through music, through art, through circus, through, there's a way to work together towards the same goal. And I think that's really, really special and precious. And I hope that can be felt through with the audience, that you'll have kind of that influence of people from around the world, the cast and crew, that's really, a worldwide cast and crew coming to Ontario.
One big international family bringing their own flair on stage.
Exactly. Oh, that's well said. That's very well said.
Well, thank you. As we start to wrap up here, what's been, your most memorable moment so far while touring with Ovo?
While touring with Ovo, that's a good question. It's like choosing a favorite child. I mean, for the first time in the past couple of years, I went to Egypt. I had never been to Egypt.
Beautiful.
So that was something. And to walk, you kind of walk in history. So going to see the pyramids. And in the past with Cirque du Soleil, I went all the way to New Zealand, which was, being from Canada, quite literally around the world, like on the other side of the world. So moments like that are just discovering the local culture, what they have to offer. It's really special and really precious. But also coming back to Canada, I would say it's really nice to come back to our home country, or my home country, and to have that be discovered by my colleagues that are from everywhere else, that are from Europe and that have never been. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of my colleagues and friends, they're posting stories of the snow falling because they come from Australia, or they come from Mexico, or Brazil, and they've never really had that amount of snow or that cold. So there's something interesting in just revisiting my country in Canada through the eyes of others, and I think that's very precious.
That's beautiful. Well put. Xenia, I wish we had more time. I would love to chat more about this. I feel like I'm getting culturally enriched the more we talk, which is amazing. But I want to say thank you so much for joining us here on the Berg, taking some time out of your busy schedule, because you are busy. This is a big event. If you want tickets, they are available. www.cirquedusoleil.com/ovo for shows at the WFCU Center from February 27th to March 2nd. Xenia, thank you so much for joining us here on the Berg.
My pleasure. It's been a real pleasure, and we hope to see you there, because there's no live performances without the audience. So looking forward to have the 2-hour journey into the ecosystem of Ovo with all of you.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. This has been Spencer Duby here on 107.9 CKBG, The Berg.
Thank you.